Martin Versteeg. I work for MVX Square. I'm a principal consultant, helping companies, implement experience management. But for context here, I'm also on the XLA Institute Advisory Board. Yeah, when I think about experience and the definition of it, it's really where business value has become central to whatever the context is. So when you think about it of in improvement or in digital investments, if you do a digital investment and it is centrally focused on the business value that it creates, not like operational value, but business value, and it's okay for operational value to be like derivative. That's really where experience comes to life. What we often see is that we do digital investments and we talk about operational value, and then we have some derivative like, oh, and it's also great for the business. That's to me not experience management. It's all about creating a better business outcome. And when you centralize and you focus and you anchor on that business value, automatically you will peel back to, okay, what does that mean for the people delivering that business? How can you get them to work better, faster, harder, cheaper, if you like, and all those can break down into a better experience. So to me, that's the definition of experience. Yeah. So what I really liked about this question is the surprising aspect of it. So when you start focusing on experience, you often focus on how to create sort of better, nicer. People use Disney as an example for inspiration, like create really great, exciting, thrilling experiences. But what I found one of the more surprising findings is that when you go do that and you you find yourself working through personas and kind of segmenting the people that you serve into different buckets and different groups, you can actually find opportunity to create savings in the delivery of a service by just creating these groupings and approaching it in a way that creates a better experience for everyone at a lower cost than you initially thought. And I never really expected to find an opportunity to save money in the delivery by creating a better experience. And once I found that opportunity, like, wow, who would have thought that nugget sat under this rock? So actually, there can be cost savings, if you look for them.
Yeah, and that's really relevant when you need to get a buy-in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
So Don Norman,
Hmm.
he is the writer of the book, the Design of Everyday Things. I think that's what it's called. He is known for the Norman doors, and on the founding member summit yesterday, I played a video recorded by another company about Don Norman and the concept of human-centered design and how it matters, in the concept of creating a better experience. Design is a real craft, and it's very systematic. It's not artsy crafty. It's not about creating beautiful paintings that stand out. Design is often about blending in, disappearing, but creating intuitiveness that just works. And Don Norman is great in being able to articulate that into almost like business simplicity. If you use his lingo, if you use his figure of speech, he makes it very relatable, and that relatableness really helps people connect with it. When you need to convince a business stakeholder or an executive and you talk to them about doors, it may sound trivial, but he will understand it. He'll build that connection like, wow, I never looked at doors this way, and now I can. But you can actually transpose that wisdom, that Don Norman introduces to IT systems and say, wow, look at our IT systems. There are Norman doors everywhere, and our people struggle with them. And they create digital frustration or friction, as some call it. I like to call it frustration. People get frustrated, and this can be addressed if you follow Don Norman's way of thinking. Yeah, start small. This is a big, big. This is a big topic. There's a lot here to be found. It is very easy to get overwhelmed. It's when you start to click into the concept of creating a better experience, you could see it everywhere, and all of a sudden you could find yourself overwhelmed with like, we need to do it everywhere, and you would drown and not reach success. Equally, that is compounded by your business executives are probably skeptical. They may say, yeah, okay, I'll give you some latitude, but show me results. So the reality is that whilst the opportunity to improve sits everywhere, your need to show benefits and improvements out of it needs to be relatively short term. The only way to get there is to focus on something that's small, contained, you can control it, and you can make progress for yourself, but as well as for the environment around you. When you start small, it will snowball. It'll become an oil stain that will spill, and you will be able to grow a team because you've shown success. Don't try to grow a team with the idea of seeing all the work. Deliver results out of small pieces of work, and then grow organically by the results that you've made. If you start small, the success will automatically come. If you try to start big, you'll struggle. Try to keep it sold as a concept of why do we spend money on this.
Thanks, Martin.
You're very welcome.